Okay, I think we're good to go to live. We're live.
Cool.
So we are streaming this live, Josh. I know we don't usually do brilliant but lazy live, but that's because we're brilliant but also lazy. So um but yeah, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch
Nice.
right now. Hey everybody.
Hello.
Where's my phone?
Can they see us, or did you just like
Yes, they can see us.
say? Oh, okay. I don't know if you were referring to me as everybody again.
No,
Uh,
just that one
I
time.
like that. You can keep that up.
Yes. Um Did Josh? Did we lose Josh? I think we lost Josh.
I I
We lost
I think we
Josh.
did. Oh no,
Oh,
he's back.
ah, ah.
Literally, as soon as you said we're going live, you guys both froze, and then I
Oh
lost.
no.
What happened?
If it makes you feel better, you did freeze in a very cool pose.
Yes.
I
Good.
usually freeze in a way that looks like I'm mid burp. So well done.
All right.
Is it working now?
Yes. Everything looks great. We're gonna go ahead and get this show on the road. Hey everybody, welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan.
I'm Devin.
And joining us from my other podcast, Brilliant But Lazy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Josh Howell to the show.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Ryan could not be here tonight. It is him and his wife's anniversary. So happy anniversary to you guys. But the show must go on. So we pivoted at the last second. Josh was messaging me about doing a podcast about Disney's big expo, D23, because a lot of announcements of things that we talk about on Brilliant But Lazy, the pop culture nerd podcast that we do for our friends over at Victims and Villains. A lot of news that we cover on there was announced at D23. And if we're going to be talking anything Disney, we have to have Disney Adult Devon with us. So
If you didn't.
it would be weird if we didn't. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to do tonight. I've got a long list of things to talk about. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to close the camera.
What qualifies you, Devin, as a Disney adult? Because I've heard so many different definitions.
So I sometimes go on vacation to Disney parks. I have probably because I paid attention to the theme park section of D23 and have very strong thoughts, feelings, emotions about what they're doing at the theme parks. But also because when I used to live in Los Angeles, uh, Disneyland was like kind of like like I would turn to my wife and just be like, "Hey, do you want to go to Disney for dinner?" And we'd like go to Disney, have like dinner, ride a ride, come home. Or like if I was
Nice.
ever having a bad day, nothing cheers you up faster than Mickey Mouse and Pirates of the Caribbean. So it was both my like only thing I did in Los Angeles, and it was also my excuse to not go to therapy because you can't be sad when there's Mickey Mouse right there. So I'm gonna say that probably, and because I own upwards of 10 Mickey ears.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
You're allowed to be embarrassed for me. It's all right.
No, that sounds perfectly fine and natural, as long as you're not stalking the Peter Pan actors like I've been seeing some videos of stuff. Then I think you're a healthy adult that enjoys Disney. So
Well,
sounds good.
thank you. Yeah, I promise I'm not stalking any actors currently.
Okay.
That I'll admit here.
That reminds me, Devin, we got an email from Natalie Portman's people.
Oh.
How
They're
the
on.
fuck did they find out?
I know.
It's wild. It's been days.
The message is you're breaking her heart.
I know it. Don't I know?
All right, so I guess that's a good place to start off because I don't actually have anything pulled for the Disney parks. We're going to be focusing on television and film, mostly. So, Devin, what were some of the big news for Disney parks? Because I haven't been to a Disney park in 25 years to the date. To the day, I haven't been to Disney World or Disneyland in 25 years.
Makes me sad for you. All right.
I know.
Big news, ladies and gentlemen. Disco Yeti's going away. That probably doesn't mean much to many people. There is a ride based on Mount Everest in the Animal Kingdom that it had a big Yeti animatronic, and it was meant to like take a swipe at your car as you went by. But they found out that the Yeti animatronic was so big and so powerful that it was actually shaking the foundations of the entire ride and risked the ride breaking because of it. And the Yeti, like the perch that he was on, was part of the foundations of the ride. So to fix the Yeti, they had to essentially disassemble the entire ride. So instead of fixing the Yeti, they had him permanently posed like this, and they just had a strobe light on him. So they called him Disco Yeti. Big news: we're fixing Disco Yeti. That's all I care about. But I don't care too much
Fixing
about. I mean,
or removing?
I think that's cool. I haven't ridden that ride in forever, but it's neat. That's like probably highlight for me. But also, there's like Coco Land coming to Disneyland. They're doing an Avatar Land at Disneyland, which like I'm not overly excited about, but opinions.
Yeah.
And they're finally. I know you guys care about this. I'm going to break this gently to you, guys. They're fixing the Tomorrowland problem. I know. I won't even.
Which problem? Exactly.
The obvious one.
They're
So
going back. Wait.
tomorrow.
They're going back in time and stopping George Clooney from being in that Brad Bird movie.
That's
I
it.
mean,
How did you know?
okay. That's what I was hoping for. All right.
So Tomorrowland was always a weird part of Disney because when they built it in the 60s, they were like, the land of tomorrow, all the way in the 80s. And then the 80s happened, and they're like, oh, okay. So the thing that we called tomorrow is actually now our present / the past. So then they're like, the land of tomorrow, 2000. So like Tomorrowland has always just kind of like been roughly 20 years in the future, and then time catches up to Tomorrowland, and it looks dated, it looks old. They fixed it a little bit in Disneyland Paris when they themed it after Jules Verne's version of the future.
Mm.
Now what they're going to do is they're going to theme the American parks to basically what the Fantastic Four was going for, like in its most recent
Yep.
iteration, like that like version of the future. So they're going to make it a little bit more timeless, a little bit more like it's not going to age so quickly, which I think is a really good idea.
Yeah. Cool.
I
Sounds
did
fun.
hear. Carousel Progress is getting some new voices.
I didn't hear this. Tell me more.
Jamie Lee Curtis is playing the mom,
Ah, good.
and Bryan Cranston is going to be playing the dad.
Sold.
But I heard
Carousel
that
Progress sub
to
banger.
do that, they're just pulling lines from Freaky Friday and Malcolm in the Middle.
I love it. I love it. Deserved.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, I want to promote a little bit of Brilliant But Lazy, the show that we do over on Victims and Villains. We've recently restarted it. We just did an episode on Spider-Man No Way Home. You can go check that out on Victims and Villains YouTube page and our podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts. Josh, anything you want to talk about with Brilliant But Lazy before we get in too far?
It's always brilliant but lazy. We always have good things to talk about, and the conversation's always great. But we're lazy about when we put it out. So
Yeah.
when something happens, I mean, Brand New Day was the biggest movie of the year of the last couple years, and
Yeah.
so we had to talk about it. And we'll talk about the next thing when it happens. So
Yeah.
but we got a good catalog of good stuff to talk about,
Oh yeah.
even though it's been a minute. So go check it out if you want something to listen to.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the announcements and news out of D23. First up, we're going alphabetical order, so we're going to start off with the release date for Ahsoka season 2.
Mm-hmm.
They announced it's going to premiere in January, and they released a trailer. Josh, Devin, did you guys see the trailer?
No.
Yes.
Devin, you have not watched any of Ahsoka, correct?
I saw the parts with Hayden Christensen, and I am aware of the space whales. Does that
And
qualify?
those two things did not make you want to watch the rest? What happened?
I think that I thought the parts with Hayden Christensen were awesome, and I think the space whales kind of lost me.
Okay.
I think that's the arc that I took there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this about the trailer. It opens with Hayden Christensen with more Clone Wars flashbacks. So,
it's very cool. It's very cool.
And as far as the space whales go, Star Trek did it first. Josh, what did you think of this trailer? Are you excited for season 2?
Yeah. So I really liked the first season. Star Wars Disney Plus has been very hit or miss, and I have always been a big fan of the Clone Wars and the spin-offs of the Clone Wars. And this heavily, excuse me, this heavily depended on your knowledge of to its probably to its fault of gosh, what am I blanking? What's
Rebels.
the animate
Rebels.
Rebels, and
Right.
which was a great show, and I really liked it. I really liked the characters there, and I liked the peppering in of Ahsoka on that show, and I wanted and that show also peppered in some of this lore with Anakin and this kind of this space within the Force and whatnot. So to see some of that live on screen, that was really cool. Um, I think Ahsoka in live action has been a great part of the Disney Plus shows, even though the shows she's been in haven't always been great, or it feels like she's just been thrown in to like kind of save a lackluster season of a show. So I liked it. I thought it's wasn't as good as Andor, but none of the other shows are. But I really did enjoy it. I was sad that they lost the actor that played the villain, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they recover from that. But I'm glad it's not dead in the water. I'm glad they decided to continue this on and give us more of Thrawn and the other characters in that show, and continue. So yeah.
I am excited for more Thrawn. Um, I read the Thrawn trilogy back before episode 7,
Hmm.
and I think it was before then. And I really like Thrawn as a character. I was glad they brought him into Rebels. He was one of the best parts of Rebels. Devin, have you seen Rebels?
I saw episode 1 and the
Okay.
space whales.
Okay. Um, I really enjoy that character. It sounds like they're going to do a lot more. It sounds like they really listened to the fans with their criticisms of Ahsoka season 1,
Ooh,
and are giving us more of the Ghost crew from Rebels together. So you're going to see Hera and Ezra and Zeb reunite. A lot more Chopper because he's everyone's favorite war criminal. Um, but I'm excited for this. The lore stuff from Clone Wars and Rebels, like it gets out there with the sci-fi of it all and the fantasy elements of it, but I am excited to see where they go with this, because I know this is all supposedly still building towards that film that Dave Filoni is doing that combines this and all of the other Star Wars shows together. So
wow.
We'll see.
yeah,
I'm just any Star Wars thing that brings Hayden Christensen back on screen, I'm here for it. He was
yeah,
the Obi-Wan show had its faults, but I loved their interactions. I loved seeing him again in Ahsoka season 1. I love seeing him in this trailer. I'm hoping that since he's so heavily featured in the trailer, that it won't just be like an episode. It'll be like a reoccurring thing. Um, there's a lot of other things that I hope they pepper in here. There's a certain, Jedi from a certain Jedi video game series that I would still love to see in live action.
hmm
And I think Ahsoka would be a good format to do that. But yeah, it's great, great show. I hope it's good. I hope the second season's good.
I hope so too. Um, Devin, are you in any way inclined to watch Ahsoka?
Yeah, you guys kind of sold me on it a little bit. Like I need to watch Rebels because you
Okay.
guys said Thrawn's in it. I read the first Thrawn book and loved it. I like him a lot as a character. Didn't know he was in Rebels. I'm probably super late to the party there, but yeah, I mean, I needed to give Star Wars a little bit of breathing room after for a little while, and I think I'm now kind of back on it. And the fact that Josh had mentioned a certain Jedi from a certain video game, if that Jedi shows up, I'm dropping everything and watching everything leading up to it because I need to see that. Like I would
Mm.
love because I see that droid, that make and model of droid from that video game, show up a lot more now. which makes me feel like they
Mhm.
start leaning into it more.
Well, and just the plot elements of the first season and where they're jumping around and where we last saw
Yeah.
that video game, I feel like they
Mm-hmm.
could intersect. So we'll see. I just hope it's good. I do feel like this is like nearing the end of the Disney Plus saga, because I think Disney itself was trying to give Star Wars a break, and then was like, "Oh shit, we still shot this other season of Ahsoka. We got to get this out there." But after the Mandalorian movie was kind of a crash and dud, um, it feels like they're just focusing on the Starfighter movie, which I'm sure we'll talk about, and launching from there. And maybe this will be the last hurrah for the Disney Plus era for a while, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next on our list is the Bluey movie.
Yeah.
Um, Devin, how much Bluey have you seen as Disney adult Devin?
First episode.
Just the first episode.
I saw what was it with they like played freeze tag or something with the dad. I saw that one.
Okay. Josh,
Have you all seen a lot
how
more?
much Bluey have you seen?
My friend has kids, so I've seen a handful of episodes, and then I saw the clip of the unreleased pilot. I will say this: the last couple years, it still took me like 3 years to realize that Bluey was a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I struggle. I've seen a lot of Bluey and I struggle with that. The They released a short little teaser before this.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the animation style. So now Bluey's in 3D. And I don't know if I like it.
Not the same.
Oh no!
But
Oh
I'm
no!
excited. I'm excited because the timing of this might line up so this could be my son's first movie.
Interesting.
That's cool.
And
Okay, that's cool.
right now my favorite trick, I'm going to say his favorite trick, but my favorite trick is whenever he's crying, if I just put on the Bluey theme song, he'll stop
Oh,
and just smile
Mm,
and dance and but yeah,
cute.
that
that's
Cute.
very
that
cool.
um yeah, so new Bluey movies coming to theaters. Next up we have a sequel to Coco. Coco 2 was announced.
Coco Cabana. Yes, I can't wait. Have you guys seen Coco before?
Adored
Yes.
it. Adored it.
So good, so
Yeah.
good. I didn't see it immediately, but when I did, I remember just being like flabbergasted by how good it was, and
Mm-hmm.
also the twist. I was like, oh, oh, that's gut wrenching. That's heart wrenching. That's horrible and unexpected. Like, I don't know why my guard was down, but it was down, and I did not expect that to happen. And yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
This is one of those sequels that I'm just trusting the process. I like every fiber of my being wants to be cynical Devin and be like, this is a cash grab. They're not going to be able to tell the right kind of story with it. They're going to cheapen the franchise. I'm just going to let it happen. I'm sure they have a good reason for it. I'm sure it's going to be good. I liked the picture of teenage Miguel with his like
Mhm.
his skin fade haircut. Sure, bring it.
I did like the age up. It reminded me of the age up with the How to Train Your Dragon movies.
Yeah, yeah,
If you remember those original three, like every movie, he aged up a little bit, and they
yeah.
almost like held back on his reveal until later to show you how much he aged up. So yeah, I appreciate it when it's an actual extension and not just, oh, this is what they did that next Tuesday, you know.
Right.
So,
Yeah, kind of like the Incredibles.
Is that
or
the
the
next one up?
Frozen
Is that
movies, or
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I I'm cautiously optimistic about this. It is a Pixar movie, so their sequels they're on a good, like Toy Story 5 from what I've heard was good, so maybe they're back to making good sequels again. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes.
It is kind of sad that we live in a time when we immediately wonder if it's a cash grab because of the TV shows and of the live action
yeah.
adaptions and all that. And you
Yeah.
can't just be excited for the sequel to what was a adored film, you know, and so
Mhm.
that is kind of weighing on me. Anytime I see a sequel to something I really liked, I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's a flip of a coin if this is going to be a cash grab or an actual genuine uh, product. But I mean, yeah, I'm here's hoping. I'm optimistic because I
Yeah.
really like the first one.
And um I know that the story itself was such a personal story for the filmmakers. So for them to
Yeah.
make a sequel to this, I'm sure that there's a reason for it and that it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
So um
I'm gonna cut that audio clip, and in case the sequel is absolute dog shit, I'm just gonna loop that over and over to you again.
and send it to Pixar.
So
So
and
they
send it to
ban you from
Pixar. I will.
Disney.
I will. Just a
Um
very earnest Alan trusting the process too much.
yes. Um Speaking of trusting the process too much, you are living stolen lives. Uh
hmm
Doomsday dropped a new trailer at D23. I almost said Comic Con. They dropped the trailer at Comic Con. That they didn't release it publicly. That's what they showed at D23 with Doctor Doom being confronted by Reed Richards and Sue Storm talking about Victor. Um, what did you guys think of the new Doomsday trailer?
I feel like I'm the least qualified in this room to talk about it, so I'm just gonna talk about it really quickly. This is gonna sound silly. I don't think I've been excited for a Marvel project this much since, I don't know, probably Endgame. Like,
Okay.
this is cool. This has me excited. I'm excited.
I'm kind of the reverse. Like I'm not gonna see it. I bought my tickets. I'm gonna go day one, but I feel like the hype is manufactured and the trailers. Maybe it's just because like I just took my girlfriend to see Spider-Man Brand New Day again last weekend. She really wanted to watch it, and she hadn't seen any of the Tom Holland movies. So over a week, we watched all the Tom Holland movies leading up. And I remember loving No Way Home with all the Spider-Man and everything. But I couldn't help but notice we watched Brand New Day the day after No Way Home, and I was like, wow, the green screen in No Way Home is crazy noticeable when you see how practical Brand New Day was shot. Like it is levels beyond in cinematography, and I commend them for that. But then seeing the Doomsday trailer, while I'm excited for Doomsday himself, so much of the background either looked really unfinished or poorly rendered or just heavily CGI that I'm like,
I
are we going backwards or what?
So I don't think anything that they've shown in the trailers is finished because when they first released those like little clips back when Avatar 3 came out, there was a
hmm
the one for Wakanda and the Fantastic Four showed them in the desert, and then the first trailer they put out showed them surrounded by water, so they're like in the ocean with um Namor. So I think a
Yeah.
lot of the backgrounds are not finished, or if they are, they're hiding stuff. So it's not like the
hmm
best. Um, but it's kind of hard. Like Spider-Man, you can almost get away with shooting practically outside in London because like you see him fighting the Scorpion. Like there's going to be stuff on the streets that you can do. Doomsday, if you're going to have a project that's so secretive, like you kind of have to shoot it
Mm,
on green screen. And I'm hoping that they build a lot of practical sets because
mhm.
it seems like they have with the new Avengers set and the Fantastic Four ship stuff that we see in there. I'm hoping that it looks good, like visually when it comes out. I too have bought my tickets. It is not an Infinity Vision, but that was just a logistics thing for me. So
Hold on. We teased this before. What is
yes,
Infinity Vision? You guys
in
like I actually have a lot of questions for both of you about all of this
yes.
because I think you guys know more about it, but let's start with this one.
So so Devin, when you were in the States, you went to see Spider-Man Brand New Day. What theater did you see that in?
I saw it at the Queensgate Theater in York, Pennsylvania, and it was
Yes.
like one of those like it was like a fancy one. It was like the RX one or whatever.
That's Infinity Vision. Like that's the theater that is showing Infinity Vision locally for me.
Why are
So
they calling it Infinity Vision?
Because
because
so yeah, go ahead, Josh. I'll let you.
so Dune 3 and Doomsday announced the same date, and neither of them wanted to back down. And Doom 3 is the Denis Villeneuve picture, and he is a disciple of Christopher Nolan. So he filmed like I think they said 70 minutes of the movie is in IMAX. And so they early enough secured all the IMAX screens for basically the release date through the rest of December and said, "Sorry, Marvel, you're not getting IMAX." And so Doomsday will not be shown on IMAX in the majority of America. So in order to counter that, they they decided to slap a shiny sticker on some theaters with some modern projectors and are now calling it Infinity Vision. It's not a new projector, it's not a new
Wow.
film, it's not a new sound system. It's just, oh, this is a nicer theater than maybe some of the other theaters that you operate. We're going to call that Infinity Vision in order
Yeah.
to try to cling on to the other nicer screens like Dolby or whatever.
Sure. Okay. So it's like any nicer screen sub IMAX
Yes.
is going to
Right,
be Infinity Vision then.
right, right.
Neat.
It's a weird war they're playing. I don't understand why they're doing it. I want to see both films, but they're just like, no, it's December. Both of our films start with the letter D. We're not backing down. So I guess
Hey,
this
Wow.
is what's going on.
I mean, if you're gonna go for a Barbenheimer, I think Doomsday is like the best follow up to that.
That's such a
Yeah,
good name.
it
I just
is.
I just hope this one doesn't kill me because I almost died during Barbenheimer.
Yeah,
So
right.
um
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for this. Cautiously optimistic. I'm trying not to overhype it in my mind too much. Um but they're
What other
also
questions did you have, Devin,
yeah.
What's
about
that?
the film?
Yeah,
You said you had
so
other questions.
as people who know things like way more than I know things, how do we both feel about Robert Downey Jr. being just like recycled back into it? Does it feel as kind of like manufactured and like potentially cynical as I think it could be? Or are you like, no, I see the story, I see the artistic vision here. I think this is good that they're doing it.
I hope that there's a reason because currently I don't see it other than inflating the budget. Because God knows he didn't come to do it for cheap. So he was the most expensive part of the Avengers films that he was in, hands down. And other than the Russo brothers saying, "Hey, you guys have been losing money hand over fist lately. Let's bring back all the classics." Although I haven't seen Black Widow come back, sadly, but otherwise, like I'm just waiting for a reason. And I know there's a comic, there's an alternate Earth comic where Doom looks like Iron Man, but they've sworn up and down that it's not that. So I don't know why they did it.
I've
Hmm.
heard that song before, but it was to the tune of Benedict Cumberbatch is not playing Khan.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, right.
I
um,
don't understand why they do it if not that, but
I think part of the reason they did it is there there's they brought back one of the writers from Infinity War and Endgame who worked on a few of the films, and there's a when Tony Stark travels back to the 70s to get the Tesseract and more
Mhm.
pin particles from the army base. There's some weird things in the interaction with his dad where he's like, "How far along is your wife?" Like, so I think
mm,
that they planted some seeds there that we might see grow a little bit in Doomsday, but we might see a little hint more of that in 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 the Avengers Endgame Encore, which they're re-releasing. They're re-releasing Endgame with additional scenes
Right.
and new footage um next month, which I might go see in Infinity Vision. Um so I think there's I think there's a thought process to it. Like it definitely plays into. They have said that Tony Stark's death plays a role in Doomsday. Like there's a reason that it'll make sense once we see the movie, but they won't say anything until then.
So that's been confirmed. I knew the in-game re-release was confirmed, but the with additional scenes part of that has been confirmed.
I think it's about 8 minutes of additional material.
And not necessarily cut material, but more likely material filmed to set up Doomsday.
Yes.
Huh. How do you feel about that?
I want to see the 8 minutes. Just show me the 8 minutes.
I want to see it too, but what do you feel about them releasing a movie again to set up another one with new footage?
I think in a world where, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, in a world where Marvel usually has 3 movies come out a year, it makes sense for them to re-release one of the biggest movies before they have Doomsday come out. I think it's a little gimmicky. Like Endgame, there's a lot I like about Endgame. It's not the best Avengers movie. It's not the best Marvel movie by far. I don't know if I could. If they weren't adding new stuff, I probably wouldn't go see it in theaters. But I want to see what they're adding. I'm mixed on it. Like once I see it, and we'll do an episode on it when it comes out. I think once I see it, I'll have a better opinion. But it is what it is. Like I just hope it's not like adding things and then looking at the camera and winking. Like, oh, I mean, I guess the film someday this kid's gonna be the doom of me. Like,
right?
No thanks.
Well, so I guess it's. I mean, I see it as films emulating comics with retconning things, but I don't like going back to a film that's multiple years old and adding things that's not a director's cut and being like, oh, the box set you have at home, that's not relevant anymore. Or which version do you have? That's not the correct version. I feel like anything that they could add without absolutely retconning something, like literally saying we're rewriting this scene, could just be a prologue, an 8-minute prologue to Doomsday. We already know that Doomsday is going to be a fucking long movie. Just put 8 more minutes before the title crawl, So I'm concerned that it's more than just 8 minutes of additional footage, that they're actually retconning something. But
I'm sure they are. What it screams to me is this wasn't our plan. We had this idea, but for it to work, we have to change this in Endgame. And this is the first extended director's cut from a proper MCU film. Spider-Man No Way Home has one, but I don't count that because it's Sony and they're the ones who released that. But I will say the extended stuff that they have in that movie makes it a stronger film in that trilogy. Like it adds more of the high school stuff. It adds a little bit more to Happy Hogan's character and adds a bit more with Toby and Andrew. So if I'm basing it off of the one other extended cut of a Marvel film, I'm excited for it for that reason alone. And the Russo brothers are behind this, so they have signed off on it. So it's not like they're going behind their back and doing it without their consent or the writer's consent. But yeah, I'm sure I will have a strong opinion one way or the other once it comes out. Like I'm not going to be passive about it. I'm going to be like, that was stupid, or like, okay, no, that makes sense. Like we will know in a month how I feel about the encore of Endgame.
To hear your reaction.
Yes.
Yeah. All
right. Next up, we have the next Disney Pixar film, which is Gato. Devin, do you know anything about this?
That's cat. That's Spanish for cat.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Good job.
Listen, that's why you bring me on here, right? My deep.
You mean this is not? You mean this is not about the disgraced and Practical Joker?
Oh no! Oh, too soon.
Yeah,
it looks cute. It looks like a Pixar movie.
I've seen the poster for it. Evidently, it stars Mark Ruffalo and Lawrence Fishburne.
I like him.
So yeah,
I saw a teaser that they released a couple months ago. So if there was any new footage released at D23, I haven't seen that, but
Okay.
I liked the art style, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how the art style, even for Pixar, has adapted since Spider-Verse. Like everything's kind of
Yeah.
gone that way, and I'm here for it. Like I like that animation styles are changing throughout all of the studios, not just this is what Sony looks like, this is what DreamWorks looks like, this is what
Mm-hmm.
Disney looks like. I like that they're able to change their styles. So,
Sure, sure.
except for Shrek, that should have stayed the same. Uh, and then we also had a tease for Incredibles 3 come out. Well, they didn't really talk about it much, but they didn't release anything, but they talked about it a little bit. They gave it a release date, which I lost my. There we go. They gave Incredibles 3 a release date. What were your thoughts on? What are you guys' thoughts on Incredibles 3? Are you excited?
I like the first two.
Me too. It's the family that doesn't age, which is sad, but also, hey, if it's good, let's go. So I like the first two. The only like real character development that I want from every film is more Jack, and as long as we get more of that, good.
I think details were released that it's going to focus more on the kids this
That's what I
time
heard. Yeah.
around. So like the first one was the dad's movie, then it was the mom. Now this one's about the kids. So I'm excited for that. I would like to see them move forward in time at some point, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about characters who haven't moved forward in time in 40 years here shortly. Uh,
Oh,
but yeah. All right. Next up, uh, Devin, you sent me this one.
yeah, I did.
They announced Kingdom Hearts the series for Disney Plus and the Disney Channel.
Yeah, buddy. How much do you two know about Kingdom Hearts?
I don't. I know I've seen the imagery, I've seen the key, never played the games. It's Final Fantasy and Mickey Mouse and friends combined, right? Is
Yep.
that's all I know. All I
That's
know.
it. That's it, man. It is Final Fantasy and Disney combined. It is. I've played every single game in the series, and I'm happy that they're making this. So at D23, or at least prior to D23, they announced that they believe that Kingdom Hearts is like a multi-billion-dollar franchise for them, which like as a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan, that makes me incredibly happy
Mm.
because I feel like they're going to actually take some time to explain the freaking plot. The plot of these movies is intelligible. It's nothing. It is fantasy words and nonsense names ad hominem. In fact, at one point, there is 8 to 10 of the same character on the screen, all called the same thing, just like for no reason. Like it just the plot doesn't make sense. So the fact that they're releasing a TV show tells me that they're going to try to make this weird ball of a plot that they've constructed make a lot more sense for the next game, and that the next game is going to be a bigger entry point into the series for people who may have been on the fence about it or maybe didn't like it. Because also the series is this really stupid thing of hiding its most relevant and its most important plot points behind like 800 hours of a freaking mobile game, and seeing that they're going to release an actual like thing that's easy to digest makes me feel like, okay, maybe I don't need to feel like I missed something because I didn't invest in the mobile game. So like I'm really excited about this.
Devil's Advocate, uh, as popular as those games are, because I know they're popular. I know
Mhm.
people obsessed with them, tattoos and collections and all that stuff. Um, what are the chances that trying to make a plot work for it is the thing that's like not good for it? You know, like
Yeah.
trying to make it make sense when it's had such a beloved following after all these years and no one's yet to be like, I'm not going to play the next game unless it makes sense. Do you think that, trying to make it into a series of actual plot is going to help it?
I'm hoping it helps it for me and my silly brain. So they also, along with this, and I don't think this is going to come up today. They released they released a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. And I, like said, I've played every game in the series. I like watch YouTube videos explaining this nonsense so I can understand what they're talking about. I don't know that I knew a single character's name that they mention in the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, and I know they're all returning characters. But I don't remember who the NPC from level 4 in the mobile game and the kid that was on the DS game but now he's grown up. I don't know who they are. So like I feel like this is at least targeted at me who likes the imagery of it, likes the action and the gameplay of it, but like really wants to understand the story better. But also, if this is the thing that kills Kingdom Hearts, do it. Come on. Let's all go down with this ship. I don't care.
When's it coming out?
Hayden Panettiere was in Kingdom Hearts, right?
She was Kyrie. Yeah.
And a lot of
Really
things.
sad about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Devin, I teased you that I knew something about Kingdom Hearts that you didn't.
What is
What's the name of the main guy?
it? Sora.
Sora. They added Sora to Fortnite.
No, they freaking didn't.
I think he's in the Battle Pass this season, the season that drops tomorrow, along with Sonic the Hedgehog, and they're putting Crash Bandicoot in it too. So,
damn it, that's so cool.
They're doing a whole video game season. Mega Man's there. Now for Kingdom Hearts 4, have they dived into like all the other properties that Disney owns now, like Star Wars and Marvel?
So there's rumors that there's going to be a Star Wars land because one of the trailers that we saw took place in the snow, and what people think was an AT-AT like foot stomping down. So I think it's going to be that. They did Pirates of the Caribbean. They're doing Coco. So there's like an extended trailer for like the Coco world, which is really cool. But it does the thing that, sorry, Kingdom Hearts tangent, does the thing that Kingdom Hearts does, where it's like the plot of Coco is going on over here. Sora's just kind of watching over here. And like, fine, whatever.
Okay.
But they teased that. They like had some like fake fan art of how it could work in a Marvel world where they kind of put a Spider-Man-esque getup. I'm fine with that. Their Baymax world from Kingdom Hearts 3 is an official sequel to Big Hero 6, which I really like.
I love Big Hero 6.
Me too. It's the Baymax that's lost in the void comes back and is mad that his friends forgot about him.
Oh,
I know,
that
it
is
was really
a
sad.
sequel I would love. I want that.
Yeah.
Big Hero 7.
Yes.
Too soon, man.
All right. We talked about it a little bit, but they did announce the release date for Mandalorian and Grogu on Disney Plus, which is September 2nd. Josh, did you get a chance to see Mandalorian and Grogu?
Yep.
Without getting into spoilers, what were your thoughts on it? Because I have not seen it yet.
No spoilers. It felt like a TV movie that somebody projected up on the big screen. I mean, there was a couple cool action scenes that almost their entirety was on the trailer, and they were almost entirely at the beginning of the film. So then the rest of the film, you were just kind of like there. I didn't feel like there was any progression in the characters that we've grown to love over 4 seasons, which was sad. And then it was just over. So I didn't feel like it was leading into the Dave Filoni movie that's been teased. And I didn't feel like it just felt like another episode of the week that was longer than the ones we've had before. So
Okay.
I was disappointed, sadly. But
yeah,
my mom loved it though, and
Aw.
she hasn't seen a single episode of The Mandalorian. So there you go.
Has she
cool.
since she saw the movie? Has she gone back
She
and
was
watched it?
like, I don't know who these people are, but they were great. And I'm like, Mom, you have The Mandalorian at home on your movie box. And she's like, oh, I do. Now she's gonna go watch it. But
Yeah,
That's so cool.
I wanted to go see this in theaters. I feel bad that I'm watching it on Disney Plus, but that's how I got to know these characters. So it's not like I don't feel like I'm missing anything not seeing it in theaters. So,
Mhm.
but Devin, are you going to watch this when it drops on Disney Plus?
I'm a season behind, probably at some point. Like I said, I took a break from Star Wars. I'm like getting back into it. I need to
Okay.
dip my toes in the water first.
All right.
I don't think
Uh,
it matters when you watch it. As long
No.
as you don't watch it before the first season, it feels like it's an episode of the week that could have been peppered in anywhere in the show.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. So I don't have to know, like, 'cause- oh, you said your mom watched it and never watched a season and still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's not necessarily a compliment, but it's the fact.
it's a
I'm
thing.
sure some producer somewhere is very proud of them.
It's a comment on it. That's for sure.
It's
Yeah.
a comment.
All right. So now they also released some footage and images from the project with everyone's favorite Disney character, Oswald the Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
This is the new Jon Favreau show for Disney Plus.
All right.
Devin, you're the Disney adult, Devin. Tell us the history of Oswald the Rabbit.
So Oswald the Rabbit was Walt Disney's first creation prior to Mickey Mouse. He actually ended up losing the rights to Oswald the Rabbit to, I think it was Universal. For a
Mhm.
while, Universal just kind of sat on it, and then the rights went back to Disney. I think he's officially in the public domain now. He turns 100 this year. And he became like a kind of low key icon of one of the Disney parks. There's Disney California Adventure, which is themed towards the year Walt moved to Los Angeles. So like the, I don't know, 1950s or something like that. And he kind of features pretty prominently around the park. You can buy like the ears for him and stuff, and he becomes like a bit of an icon, or became a bit of an icon of it. So like I'm actually kind of excited to see a new property, or a property that's not like an old, potentially problematic cartoon with him involved.
Yeah.
What's
I
never mind, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I mean, if he's in public domain, I can't wait for the amateur short films or long films of Steamboat Willie just being like, I was here first, and yeah, you're not gonna take over my fame after all this time, and just going up
Yeah,
against Oswald the Rabbit. Like,
It,
it's gonna
it
happen.
it'll
that's what I
be
want.
like a horror movie.
It will be like the Pooh horror films, the Winnie the
Yes.
Pooh saga that's been going on.
Have you guys
I
seen those?
no. Have you?
Me neither. No.
No, I just know they
Um,
exist.
I did see like the story of how Disney got the rights back to Oswald the Rabbit was,
Yeah.
I think it was Al Michaels wanted to go over to NBC for Sunday Night Football.
Mhm.
So to trade him from Monday Night Football, they just wanted the rights back to Oswald to let him out of the
I love
contract.
that.
Traded for a rabbit. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Um, it's weird to me that this is Jon Favreau's next project, because we just talked about Mandalorian and Grogu, which was his. Um, it's weird that he's just been doing all this Disney stuff, because I'm such a big fan of the film Chef, which is kind of
Me
like
too.
a big fu to Disney and Marvel. Like, it's about a guy who is trying to make his own thing, and then corporate comes in and says, "No, no, you have to make this menu this way. This is what the people want." And he pretty much breaks down and quits his job because he wants to do his own thing. And now you have Jon Favreau, who's done The Jungle Book, The Lion King, Mandalorian, and
Mhm.
now Oswald the Rabbit. So
Iron Man.
Yeah.
yeah, well, this is post Iron Man. Like
That's true.
you can watch the movie Chef, and it's an allegory for his experience making Iron Man 2. Like,
Wow.
you
And they
watching
were
the
like, "Don't you want more Disney money?" And he just came on back, I guess.
yeah. Chef was a reason for him to he wrote Chef as a reason to have a character that he plays have sex with Sofia Vergara and Scarlett Johansson. So,
I've seen. Yep.
yeah.
I've seen that criticism in the movie.
But no, it is like, if you look at it like through the lens of, this is him telling his story of the
Mhm.
behind the scenes stuff on Iron Man 2. It's an interesting rewatch.
Mhm.
Mm.
But yeah, I want to see him do other stuff, but Disney just keeps throwing money at him. So hey, good money,
I would
good
do
work if
too.
you can get
I
it.
get it.
We'll see. We'll see if he
Yeah.
ever goes back.
So some news out of D23 that isn't something that they announced. It was revealed that the Disney Plus reboot of Mighty Morphin or of Power Rangers was canceled. So there's been
Oh.
a reboot of Power Rangers in the works at Disney for a while now, but it was canceled recently. The rumor was that Disney canceled development on it because of the upcoming film starring Matt Damon by the Daniels, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once, which involves Matt Damon leading a team of teenagers fighting kaijus.
Oh.
So, on one hand, I'm bummed that Power Rangers is not moving forward at Disney. On the other hand, I really want to see that movie. I hope that's what that movie is. And if it's not, somebody please make that movie.
Yeah.
But since I brought up the main reason I brought this up is I wanted to show off to you guys there's some other Power Rangers news going on right now. You guys, Devin, I know you know about the Megazord stuff that I've been collecting recently.
Oh yeah.
So they have the Power Rangers Reignition stuff out. I have the Dinozord here that I'm not going to move because it's massive. But they just released the Thunderzord, and I have a few pieces of it I wanted to show off.
Let's go.
Yeah. So this is the Tiger.
And by few pieces, you mean all of it.
No, I mean this is just the Tiger Zord. But I wanted to show like the size comparison. This is the new one. This is the original. Like.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is that, like, in the Power Rangers community, the Megazords are in the news because they started a Kickstarter for the Dragon Zord.
Yeah.
Which has gotten mixed reviews right now. I had a picture of it, but it disappeared. But they
Josh,
have.
I appreciate you so much for going like, yeah. Do you know
I
this?
do. Between
I
Alan
have no
and my
idea.
friend
This is
Dustin,
all like news to me.
I get all the Power Ranger stuff between 2
Yeah.
friends, and Alan's one of them. Yep.
Yeah. So they released this Dragon Zord, and it's going to combine with the Megazord that I have, but they haven't finalized the figure yet. When they did the first season of these toys, no one wanted to sell the Dragon Zord because it took up too much space on the shelves. So they never made it. So now they're making it and running it through Kickstarter. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But I'm backing the Kickstarter. So if you've got a few bucks to throw their way, Alan wants a Dragon Zord. So
Why don't you start a Kickstarter for Alan wants a Dragon Zord, and then use that money to go towards their
yes.
I feel like
Kickstarter
that's
the Kickstarter.
I feel like at that point, I should call it a jumpstart the Kickstart. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I like it.
Other news that was released at D23 that was not things that were canceled. They released an animatic for the new Simpsons movie.
Yes.
And some title art for this. Devin, did you see any of this?
Was this just him moving the greasy donut and it's like Homer's back for seconds?
No.
Okay, then no. That's all I know about it.
They released, it was a rough animatic of Homer and his friends at a baseball game. Homer goes to catch the ball and then drops the ball, and then it's like a whole chase through Springfield of him trying to catch this baseball.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited for this. Besides Power Rangers, Simpsons is another thing that I collect. So I've got a Power Ranger shelf. I've got a Simpsons shelf. Like, I am all for this movie. I cannot wait. Yeah. Josh, did you get a chance to see this?
I did not, and I'm not a huge Simpsons fan to
Okay.
begin with. So,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Well, we will move on then.
I'm a big Simpsons fan. I'm excited for it.
All right. All right. Then we had Star Wars Starfighter. Did not release any trailers, but they released some art on the back of Ryan Gosling's jacket. It's the Rebel symbol upside down with 2 X-wing wings making an X, so it looks like a skull, like a pirate.
Yep.
There was a trailer shown. It may or may not have leaked online. I may or may not have seen said leak, and I'm cautiously optimistic for this. I'm more excited for this than I was Mandalorian and Grogu.
There wasn't much in the may or may not trailer that may or may not leak that I also may or may not have seen, but it was a vibe, and the vibe was good. I feel like Ryan Gosling just wanted another fast-paced movie that he gets a cool iconic jacket in. And a lot of people still wear the Drive jacket, so this is just his career. He's got the Drive jacket, he's gonna have the Starfighter jacket, and he's gonna have the Ghost Rider jacket. So he's gonna be the man
Not
of jackets.
not to mention he's got the Project Hail Mary cardigans. So, but
Hold on, I got to tell you guys about this. I thought I saw the trailer too, that I may or may not have seen, that may or may not have leaked. It took me a minute and a half to realize that the one I clicked on was just feeding me the Project Hail Mary trailer again.
Yeah.
Because I was like, whoa, this looks way different for a Star Wars movie. So grounded.
Right.
Harry Styles?
Yeah, I was like, they're really swinging for the fences with this one. Nope, I was watching the wrong damn trailer. It was like a YouTube troll thing that I just did not catch and did not realize.
Devin, just stop your crying. It'll be all right.
No.
It's I'm intrigued by it. We'll see what it is. I heard some. I haven't read up on it at all. I'm kind of Star Warsed out for a minute, so we'll see. But I saw some rumorville that there's a kid in the trailer, and that's like a Skywalker kid, and I'm like, do we need to do that? Like, can we just, uh, you know, we just leave the Skywalkers alone for a bit? There was a time that I was like, Sebastian Stan, Luke Skywalker post Return of the Jedi, let's effing go, especially with the Thrawn, but they decided not to do that, and now I'm just like, okay, well then let's just part for a bit, and so I hope it's not another Mentor's a kid thing, because I swear to God, Star Wars has kind of burned that out for a bit for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of their trope. I'm hoping. I've always liked the Star Wars flying games, so like Rogue Squadron. I'm hoping for some good space battles in this. That's my hope, but we shall see. Next we have Marvel Studios' Vision Quest. They released the trailer for this, starring Paul Bettany, all the Stark AIs, and James Spader returning as Ultron. So, what did you guys think of the Vision Quest trailer?
I'm again least informed of all three of us. I'll hop in first. I think it looks interesting, but like kind of just another Disney Plus thing. I have one big question about it for you guys though, but I'll wait to hear your reactions.
Josh?
Yeah, I wonder if this will be the last. I said this with the Star Wars thing, but I wonder if this will be the last Disney Plus Marvel live action show, because WandaVision was first, and right? Wasn't WandaVision first, or meant to be first at least? Okay, so
it was first.
Okay, and this trailer mentioned the trilogy, so I'm guessing they're considering WandaVision, the Agatha all along, and then this as a trilogy. So for them to tease it like that, I would hope that they bring in those characters, because those series both ended a certain way, and then like we know what happens with Wanda in the Doctor Strange movie. So I'm the trailer itself looked fun but not compelling, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're keeping out the elements that really make this a trilogy by saving those things for later trailers or for the show.
Yeah. I feel like they've been building to this with Agatha all along, and the twin thing with Tommy
Mm-hmm.
and Billy. Like uh James Spader as Ultron in this just sold me.
Yeah. I like him.
He It's going to be a lot of fun seeing some of the interview stuff that they've done for press at D23. Just the two of them looks like this is
Mm-hmm.
going to be like this was they had fun making this.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that gave me the most hope for this show and why I'm kind of more excited for this than I am Doomsday right now is Terry Matalas, who did the final season of Picard, is the showrunner on this.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
I loved the last season of Picard. He's
agreed. So good.
yeah, so if he can pull that off when the first two seasons of that were lackluster, I'm very excited to see how he can end the Disney Plus era of Marvel stuff with this.
Mm,
So,
okay, that changes my whole thought process to this because yeah, he came out of nowhere and took Picard, which everybody wanted to love, but then couldn't help but hate, and turned it into the unofficial, but might as well be the official final season of TNG. And everyone was like, yes,
mhm,
thank God, give this man the keys to the kingdom. And then they didn't. And so this is his next project. Wow. Okay. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, because I liked parts of WandaVision, but I didn't think I thought it could have been stronger. I really did not care for Agatha all along, but it seems like here he is again. Like you just said, he's coming into a series that had probably weaker one and two, and he's gonna do the three. He
yeah,
could really bring it home again. That's
yeah.
exciting.
I think my worry was that I thought number two, when I saw trilogy, I went, oh, number two is Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I would have
Is
expected that too, but it's
Yeah,
not.
is that it's not okay? So two is
Agatha,
Agatha all along then.
yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
the Disney Plus trilogy.
The,
Yeah.
I
Got it. Okay.
If Wanda shows up in this officially, like I will be very surprised. I think if she returns, they are saving that for Doomsday
Sure.
I
because
hope. There's a lot of
yeah,
theories on those four, the three witches and the other person
yeah,
that are like faces, and I
yeah,
hope
Are there
she's one
theories
of them.
about them?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I keep getting clips of James Spader in The Blacklist and Boston Legal on my TikTok. So I'm
Nice.
Yeah.
going to be rewatching Boston Legal here soon in
So
preparation
good.
for Vision Quest. So
So good.
Why not?
yeah,
James Spader is fantastic. He always
he
has been.
is. He
I
is.
loved him as Ultron. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see that come back for sure.
And then finally, uh, they made some official X-Men announcements at D23. They brought out Sadie Sink, who was in Spider-Man No Brand New Day. So if you haven't seen that yet, here's your spoiler warning. She plays Jean Grey, who is one of the X-Men. But they announced the rest of the cast as well. They announced Kit Connor as Scott Summers, uh, Christopher Abbott as Charles Xavier, Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister, um, uh, Inde Narvarte as Rogue,
Hmm.
Maya Boyd as Storm, and Samara Weaving as Emma Frost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
okay.
What's
So
more? What are the
I'm
thoughts?
I am not a big horror guy. Um I have not seen Ready or Not. I have not seen The New Wolfman.
Session.
I have not seen Obsession. Um I have seen like a lot of these people are horror people. The only like the scariest movie I've seen with this cast is Rise of Skywalker with Adam Driver because somehow Palpatine returned, and I still don't. That keeps me up at night. I'm excited for this. I think having a younger X-Men cast that's not tied to a future where they turn into Halle Berry or Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to see what this film is. I've only heard good things about all of these actors that I like. I only really know Sadie Sink from Stranger Things and Adam Driver from the stuff I've seen him in. I saw Kit Connor in the Rocket Man Elton John musical
Mm.
for the minute that he's in that, but I I know the actress playing Rogue not from Obsession but from Superman and Lois. So like she's great on that show. I'm excited to see Obsession whenever Devin and Ryan make me watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know much about this cast. I know it's the same filmmaker who did it's Jake Schreier who did the Thunderbolts. So I really enjoyed Thunderbolts, which is something I'm going to make them watch um, here on the show. But what are you guys' thoughts on this cast?
I like so. I think the only one that I like really know is uh Inde Navarrete, the one from Obsession. She's phenomenal. She's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like she literally steals the scene every time she's in the scene in that movie, and I like cannot wait to see her do other things. And I'm glad that like this is a new young cast coming up to be cast in it. The only other one that I have like a real big stake in is that like Cyclops was my guy. He's kind of always been my guy. I love me some Cyclops. And like there's like a shot I think of the new Cyclops like with his like laser eyes. And I think I turned to Ramon, I was like, that's him. That's the guy. They found the right guy.
Are you talking about in Doomsday?
No, it was another shot that I saw. Like I think they have him in costume.
They haven't filmed anything with this yet.
Did they not? Then I saw an AI of somebody do it.
Okay.
Could have probably
Like it
been
was like it was some like where they like swap someone's face into
Ah,
Yeah.
it. I saw the I thought it was official. AI got me. Congrats, Chat GPT. But I think he looks like he's good, but I don't know them enough to like weigh in on it. But I'm like you, Alan. I'm excited to see like a young cast for. Excited to see them. Hopefully they have legs. And I find myself over time being much less bitter about the X-Men. I like didn't want them in my MCU for a time. And I'm like kind of happy they're there.
Well, I I wonder if they are. Well, I guess because Sadie Sink is in there. Yeah. So, I like so Christopher Abbott. I like him a lot. I think he could make a really good Charles Xavier. Samara Weaving, other than the Ready or Not films, she's been in the Babysitter films, which I loved. I thought they were hilarious, but also action. They were more hilarious action than they were um, horror movies, and but those all had like comedy elements, but also serious elements, and so I don't know if I don't know. I feel like she can play both, so I feel like she'll be fine for this role. Kit Connor, I saw him in Warfare, and thought he was good in that. Otherwise, yeah, I haven't seen him in like extended lead roles or anything, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Um, the gal from Obsession, the amount of people that I have met that are like, "Oh my god, her first role and it was Obsession and she just nailed it." And I'm like, "Nope, she was in Superman and Lois." And they're like, "Oh yeah, she had a cameo in that show." It's like, "Nope, she was like one of the co-leads for like all the seasons." But to be fair, Alan, when I first watched Obsession, it took me a minute to realize it was the same person.
yeah.
She has incredible range,
Mm-hmm.
and so it felt like she was a different person because her character in Superman and Lois wasn't bad, but I never felt like it really developed much. It was just kind of the same character, and she has so much range in Obsession, and then just seeing her persona in some of these interviews, whether they're like low key interviews or some of her like her just online, Zoom stuff versus some of her professional interviews. She just has this aurora around her that's crazy.
Yeah.
Or did I say that wrong? Either way, she's got crazy amounts of personality
Yeah.
surrounding her, and the fact that she turned down a spot in Heat 2 in the second Heat movie. She was
Yeah.
offered a role in that. She turned that down to take this role.
Wow.
Means that she's hoping it's going to go far, and also she's intelligent. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. The other thing I was really excited for is they did not announce Wolverine and they did not announce Magneto.
Do we need a Magneto in this?
We don't need a Magneto in it. I like that they're doing who's is Sinister. I like that they're doing something
Yeah.
else. I really did not want Adam Driver as Magneto. I like Adam Driver a lot, but I really did not want him as Magneto. I don't know what they're going to do for Magneto, but I am more curious about what they're going to do for Logan, because unless they're going to completely rewrite the script, Logan and Jean Grey, they have a thing, and
Yeah.
I don't care how old Sadie Sink is in real life, she looks 12. So who are you gonna cast? He
Yeah.
can't be crazy old because that's just gonna be weird.
Yeah. Putting Sadie Sink with Hugh Jackman's not going to look well. I mean,
No.
they could also like not focus on that aspect of the characters if they wanted to.
I know they could.
Because if you get Henry Cavill in there, bring back the Cavalrine.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got. We made it through the ABCs of D23.
It was
I
a
thought it was a
lot.
good one.
It was
Yeah.
a lot.
Clearly, somebody at Disney was like, wait, why are we dropping all of our big stuff at Comic-Con when D23 is only a couple weeks away? Yeah, let's hold that, the big stuff for our show. And they did.
They do that every few years. Whenever D23 comes up, they're like, okay, we're gonna do a little bit at Comic-Con, but then we're gonna hold the big stuff for D23. So I feel like that's where we got our first look at like Infinity War, is like at D23.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of amazing things coming from Disney. Sadly, DC fandom is no longer a thing, so we can't like talk about that another time. Devin, as Disney adult Devin, how likely are you to attend D23 one of these days?
Okay, right. So not D23. I am more likely to go to the park, and by that I mean like the Disneyland in California during D23, because all the Disney adults aren't in the parks. They're all at D23. It's like the perfect time to go. I'm actually like upset I'm saying this out loud because someone else is going to steal my idea. You can't. It's mine.
Okay.
I would love to go to D23 sometime. But
it'd be very cool.
I would want to go for like a minute. I'm spoiled with conventions, Josh, because of you. Like, I got so used to New York Comic Con being able to walk the floor before people showed up that I don't know if I can do the big cons with crowds of people anymore.
I feel the same.
Yeah, but I would want I it's a convention. Like, if the opportunity came up, I would go for like a day and then okay, yeah, I'm going to go to the parks now. Because that is a good idea. I will be stealing.
You can't. It's mine.
I have a question before we go. So with this in-game re-release, the fact that it has more footage or new footage or however you want to call it, does it count towards the box office? Because Spider-Man Brand New Day overtook them in the box office.
Yes.
So if it does, even though it's got additional footage, that doesn't seem
because when they re-release Titanic, if they re-release Titanic for an anniversary and they remaster it or put it out, like add something to it, it still counts for the box office. Like, it's still the same film.
A remaster is the same as we retconned and add 8 minutes of footage?
It's still, yeah, because you still have the same back end on the film, even if you add some footage to it, like you have the same producers, same production company, so it still counts. So it will.
I think they're just butthurt that Brand New Day overtook them like that.
I mean, they've at least redone their deal with Sony where they make money off of the box office now.
Yeah.
They didn't there for a while, so now Disney is making some money off of the Spider-Man Tom Holland films. I think it's like 25% of the box office they get, whereas before they weren't getting any. So
Yeah.
25% of $1 billion is still a good chunk of change.
Wow.
2 billion, even more.
Yeah, which is
The amount it's gained since the last time we talked about it is insane.
yeah.
And the speed that it did. I mean, like, uh one, I don't think they were throwing shade, but that was kind of the joke that they were throwing that Marvel was throwing shade at Sony or at Spider-Man Brand New Day at Comic-Con and at D23 because they wanted to talk about future projects. And
Yeah.
John Berthenol was like, "Hey, I was just in a Marvel movie. Maybe we should give that some spotlight." And they're like, "We don't really need to. It's making all of the money." But
Yeah.
I do wonder, like, someone at Sony has to be like, okay, guys, it's time to finally admit it. Amy Pascal and her crew know how to make a 200 billion plus movie in a matter of weeks, and all of our other Spider-Man projects combined, can't do that. So maybe we should, you know, nail in the coffin and just go after the serious stuff because stupid
I think
comparison.
I think if I was Sony, the lesson I would take from that is the the Spider-Man stuff works with the MCU connected to it, with Kevin Feige's input, with all of that, like that creative force behind it. It works. When you don't have that, that's where you get your Morbius. That's where you get your Madam Webs. Like it's the same people producer wise behind it, but the creatives are different, and that's where the strength is.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we avoided the world where the Madam Web and Cravens and Morbiuses
Yes.
came into
Oh
the
gosh.
MCU.
Yeah.
Like I
But I think you could do that. I will never see Mysterio fighting the Hulk or Thor. But that's fine. Like I feel like you could still do that if you worked with Feige to do it right.
mhm,
Like, I mean, Mysterio was obviously they tied him to Tony Stark in the second Spider-Man film, but you're never going to see Mysterio in an Avengers film. It's just
no.
not going to happen. But that doesn't. So I feel like they could do that with probably Craven and Venom and everything. Just because it's in a connected film doesn't mean it's going to be in an Avengers film.
Yeah.
Just do it right. So
Mm-hmm.
they had Vulture. They had Vulture with Kevin. What's his face?
Yeah.
Batman.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Why did I say
Yeah.
Kevin? With Michael Keaton. So they had Vulture, they've had Scorpion, they've had these things, and they were able to make it right or make it work. So
Yeah.
stop doing all this crazy stuff
Yeah.
on the side. It makes no
I
sense.
I think they have. So I'm very curious to see what Sony does next, because they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to sit on the rights to that for too long without making something.
Yeah,
So
I
agreed.
heard somebody say that even if Doomsday makes like $2 billion in its opening day, people are still going to credit Spider-Man with bringing back the MCU.
I
Yeah.
I feel like the MCU's been back since Thunderbolts.
I
I
was
don't
about to
know.
say the same thing. I'm tired of the
Really?
people saying we're
Yeah.
back because Thunderbolts was great. It
It
Mhm.
was
was good. I
great.
really liked it. I feel like it didn't hit the same like cultural zeitgeist as like
It
Spider-Man
didn't.
is though.
Oh
It was a
no, it didn't
it,
make as much money.
but you also but that plays into the Disney Plus of it all. Like you had characters in that
Yes.
headlining it that were from Disney Plus shows. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll even count Black Widow in that. Like
Hmm.
Florence Pugh and Red Guardian, like David
Mm-hmm.
Harbour's character. Like I didn't see Black Widow in theaters. I saw that on Disney Plus because it was at the height of COVID. Everyone in that
Yes.
lineup is pretty much Disney Plus stars. So like if you didn't watch the Disney Plus stuff, you're not going to know who these characters are. You're not going to understand like what Bucky's doing, like why he's a senator now, and like wasn't he like
Right.
a refugee before? Like it's not gonna make sense. Why is Elaine here? Like this makes no sense to me.
Right.
That is the grave Kevin Feige dug when he announced this Disney Plus, venture with Marvel,
Yeah.
and he swore up and down in the beginning it's never going to affect the films, and it did. But
Mhm.
that is to be fair, it's both a disservice to Thunderbolts because a lot of people didn't know who the hell these people were, but it's also a compliment to Thunderbolts that it was received so well. It might not have made a shit ton of money, but it did get received very well
Yeah.
for how much it was based in a streaming service world. So
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I'm very curious to see how that one goes when I have Ryan watch it, because Ryan has not watched the Thunderbolts.
He'll be coming in fresh.
Yes.
Mm.
So I'm very curious to
That'll be
see what
cool.
he thinks, because I think the film does work if you don't have that uh all of that knowledge of those shows, but
Yeah, they give you enough of background. Like Heather, my girlfriend, she, like I said, she wanted to see the new one, and
mhm,
so we watched all the Tom Holland movies, and she was like, "Is there anything else I should watch?" And there was like 2 nights where she was by herself, and I'm like, well, if you wanted to watch Black Widow movie and if you wanted to watch Thunderbolts, you'd get some background on a character that's in this film. And so I imagine some people went into Spider-Man not knowing who that person was and went back and
yeah,
watched those. And
yeah,
Thunderbolts was definitely a better movie than Black Widow by
oh
far.
yeah,
But it's neat to see how that character has progressed. I even forgot she was in the Hawkeye movie too.
She
Props to
was,
Florence
yeah.
Pugh. That character has survived a lot to get here. So
yeah.
cheers
You could
for
say that
that.
she's been in a lot of small potatoes, but now she's focusing on big potatoes.
Oh,
Um,
Yes.
good.
all right.
Good.
I think that does it for this week's You Have to Watch This podcast and Brilliant But Lazy. Josh, where can people find you?
They can find me in Kansas City. I'm around there on the streets randomly. I'm also online at fiercelit.com. I've got some shows throughout the fall that I'm going to be at in terms of Comic Con, selling my books, and I'll be here next time we want to talk about something.
Yes, we need to have you on to talk about your new book then too. But I was saving
Yes.
that
Yeah.
for around the holiday, around Halloween. So
Oh yes, that'd be fun.
yeah. All right. You can find Devin and I here on You Have to Watch This podcast every week with our co-host Ryan, who again is celebrating his anniversary today. So happy anniversary, you guys. You can find Josh and I doing Brilliant But Lazy whenever we feel like it over on Victims and Villains and our podcast feed. Just look up Brilliant But Lazy. And check out Victims and Villains for all things mental health and pop culture. Um, Devin, next week it is your pick for You Have to Watch This. What are you having us watch?
We talked enough about it. We're gonna watch Obsession. I'm gonna make you
Hell
watch it.
yeah.
You gotta watch Obsession.
Yes.
Gotta do
Yeah.
it.
Can't wait
I
for this.
I can't wait
So
to. I have not told Ryan that was your next pick. I've known that's your next pick for like the last few weeks because we talked about
Yep.
it. But I know Ryan wanted to make me watch that, so you're still one of his
Nope.
picks. So
I'm gonna text him right now.
all right, sounds good. So tune in next week for Obsession. For You Have to Watch This podcast, I'm Alan.
I'm Devin.
Thank you again for joining us, Josh. Until next time, we're wishing you good mental health.